Learning all the Shvisas also very base Halacha base. Halacha base says it doesn't matter whether you eat food which is permitted or if you ate some things which are forbidden to be eaten. Now, let's see the Peirush. Kigoin pigul. Pigul is a korban that became possible because the person thought to eat it not in its proper time. V'noisa, or what was left over from a korban after the time that's permitted to be eaten. V'tevel, food that was not products that wasn't tithed. Unevelois, or dead animals that weren't slaughtered. Utrevois, or animals that were slaughtered that had a puncture, for example, in the abdomen. V'chelev, or fats which is forbidden, or dam, or blood. Since he ate that which is edible for man, right? He's called Oichel B'Yom HaKippurim. Rabbeinu says even though the Torah said it's forbidden, since a person has satiation or he's put at ease when he eats them, he's liable. Rabbeinu cites that in Machon Nesher the Rambam discusses if he eats a food item that has two forbiddennesses, is he liable for both of them? Like chelev if you eat it, or only on that first one, because we have a rule that once something is forbidden, then another forbiddenness does not come on it. If Rambam continues in Halacha Gimel, if he ate or drank less than this amount, since we know the shiur of achila, the shiur of shiur, if he ate or drank less than that, he's not liable for kos. Even though one is not permitted to eat something which, even if it's less than the amount for which one is liable a penalty of a punishment, in chayav and kos alal kashir. Kos is only on a full shiur. The Gemara is a disagreement on a chati shiur. According to Rabbi Yochanan, it's an isum min Torah. Shlokish min Torah is permissible. Allah is like Rabbi Yochanan. Chati shiur is also min Torah, and even though it's also, there's no chorus only if you eat a measure that has the measure for which the chorus would be applied. For example, chelev would be applied for kezayis of chelev. But on Yom Kippur, to be transgressed Yom Kippur, you'd have to eat more than a kezayis, you have to eat a kesevis. However, if somebody eats less than the amount, even though it's not liable in the Torah, the Chacham meaning that it's forbidden, and you get malchus. It's forbidden anyway, but you get malchus. The Maggid Mishnah writes that we learn this from as a lesson of from minor to major, from those things which are forbidden, totally rabbinical. On them you definitely get punished, Marcus Mardis, because it's all rabbinical. Here, where the basis of the forbiddenness is to the rise, certainly you would get Malchus Mardis and Sarachomim forbade it as well. According to this of the Maggid Mishnah, it doesn't matter he ate less than a shiur. It's forbidden in Torah according to Rabbi Yochanan that the halacha is like him, and he's chayev Marcus Mardis. The Sefer Kapos Tmorim, he infers from the language of the Rambam, only if he ate a half a shiur, he's liable for Marcus Mardis. But if he ate just a minute amount, he's not liable for Marcus Mardis, as we find in the beginning of the Halacha. Further, the Kapos Tmorim infers from what Rashi says in Yuma 73b, what is half a measure? Meaning less than the measure that's forbidden. That is not considered it doesn't mean literally a half a measure, but less than that would be permitted. If that's the case, Reish Lakish didn't permit a half a shiur, since the obligation is a kezayis, and a half a kezayis, Reish Lakish would say it's muta min Torah. But on chati shiur of Yom Kippur, which is half of a kesevis, which is a half of more than an olive's worth, more than half an olive, and it's a bit less than an egg, and an egg there's 2 olive worths. Thus, a half a shiur of Yom Kippur is very close to being a full olive's worth. It could be that maybe Rish Lakish will admit to Rabbi Yochanan that's forbidden. In other words, Rabbi Yochanan, when he says Chatzi shiur, we're questioning whether half a measure means literally half or means any amount less than a full measure. So Rashi says that no, Rish Lakish is disagreeing with Rabbi Yochanan. Even if it's more than halfway or it's less than halfway, he says it's always permissible. Rish Lakish says min haTorah it's permissible, there's min haRabbanan it's forbidden. The Hilchos Yom HaKippurim also mentions proof from Chometz and Matzah. Perek Aleph Halacha Zayin, there the Rambam writes, somebody eats Chometz, it's also on Pesach Kolshu, the smallest, minutest amount. So that's also min haTorah because it says Lo Yechol Chometz. Even though you don't get liability of chorus or a korban only on a measure which is a full kazayas, less than a kazayas, again we come to the rabbinical punishment of lashes. So I guess the Mishnah questions, why did the Rambam have to decide to declare you can't eat chometz, that it's even a minute amount? It's forbidden because it's half of a measure, and according to Rabbi Yochanan, even less than a full measure, any amount is forbidden. So why does it have to? If you don't get a punishment except for kazayas, what difference does it make? What's the difference between chometz and everything else? And we explained it in Hilchos Chometz and Matzah. We can't continue to discuss it here. Because the Mishnah continues to question. In the beginning, he says kol shu. The Rambam says any amount, and in the end, he says if you eat less than a kazayas, then the measure of an olive, willfully. It also would seem that the Rambam's opinion is that you would not get anything for less than a kazayas, not even rabbinical lashes. And he points out we have to know, where does the Rambam get to make this distinction? If it's forbidden and the forbiddenness is the same, who cares about the measure? The measurement doesn't mean anything. So you see from the Rambam that even though it's forbidden to eat any amount, Magas Mosdos is only established if he eats less than a kizayas. The Kabbalas Tmorim says in Hilchos Shvisas also, the Rambam assumes that if you eat less than a shiur, you give him malchus, and according to Kesef Mishnah, only if you ate a half a shiur, you get malchus Mosdos. But less than a half a shiur, or less than a half a koseves, even though it's forbidden in haTorah, you don't get malchus for it. And even though the Maggid Mishnah writes you give malchus Mosdos because of minor from a major, because the basis, if for any rabbinical edict you can give rabbinical lashes, certainly if the basis is forbiddenness deraisa, you should get lashes. And according to him, that should be even for the minutest amount. You should have to get it, and that would seem to be in contradiction. Well, from the Rambam, where he says by chometz, there he says specifically the Kesef Mishnah says that even though less than a kazayas is forbidden, but you only get malchus for half a kazayas, not less than that.